I think not everybody knew, and the couple inside there looked absolutely terrified. It was absolutely shocking scenes.
The Dutch of Cornwall is being attacked! Prince Charles, the Dutch of Cornwall! Take that! Government! Your government!
I saw Camilla first. So I ran and got closer, and I thought she was reacting. I don't know what was happening. She looked terrified. Charles also, I thought, was actually, I would say, calmer. Obviously, it was terrifying. They must have both been terrified. I think he's had military training. Maybe that helped him. And the faith in also their protection officers and the police to get them out of there. Also, some other police officers arrived as it was happening as well, and were able to literally sandwich themselves between the car and the protesters, I think, to sort of get by the windows and keep them away from where they were actually sitting.
Hoople's Cat, coming at you with a second series. I've decided to do an ongoing vlog based upon a slow economic collapse that goes on for months, and how it affects me and Kitty and our family in Toronto, in Canada. And over the time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce pretty much every single SHTF event you could think of into the series in some form or another, because I think for most SHTF it will be a major event that brings down a potential fall of society, but then there'll be a lot of other SHTFs that will impact people locally and also globally. So I hope you do stay tuned for this one. I'm probably going to do it on Tuesdays. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm not quite sure of the format, exactly how I'm going to do it, but there's going to be much more meat into this series than there was in the pandemic series. I will be covering medical quite a bit, finance quite a bit, climate change quite a bit. Don't get too upset, but knowing how to preserve, protect food sources and water in times of drought and flooding and wildfire is an important thing for all preppers, and I think people will get something out of this series. And each episode will be a standalone episode, but each episode will be in real time, following me in my life over that week. So I think it's going to be a lot of excitement for me. I'm looking at a whole bunch of different things to do in terms of this, in terms of maybe getting some live stream going, in terms of getting some better video equipment and better software equipment. Got quite a lot of excitement going with this one. It's going to suck up an enormous amount of time and energy, but The Long Voyage Back, which is probably my most unsuccessful audiobook series of the history of the world, which is a shame because it's a good story, is coming to an end probably in about another 5 to 10 weeks. So I'm going to transition myself away from the audiobook and do this series, the Slow Collapse series. What events will happen in the world that will directly impact you, that will directly impact me, how I and my family as preppers deal with these changes, what are our achievements and our failures, what was expected, what's unexpected. Stay tuned, there's going to be a little bit of everything in this. I'm literally going to throw everything into it other than an alien invasion and zombies. There won't be any alien invasion, there won't be any zombies. But there's going to be everything else. Civil disturbance, almost civil war, actual nuclear war, severe drought, famine, depression, unemployment, government actions. It's going, and influenza and also pandemic, but it won't be influenza, but it's going to be how to deal with diphtheria and stuff like that, and how to deal with society slowly failing. Not quickly, real slow, in parts and then everywhere. So stay tuned. I think you'll enjoy the series. I'm kind of got a story arc for it building, but I'm still very much open to ideas about what challenges I should face and how I should deal with them. So feel free to chip in, and I think this will be a lot of fun. And I look forward to watching myself and you guys develop strong coping mechanisms during a huge and massive global societal collapse that takes place over months to possibly a year time frame. I'm really going to drag this one out, not because I want it to be a really slow collapse, because I think I want it to be actually what it would be like. There will be a fair amount of abrupt climate change into this one. I do think it's important to address those issues. If you don't believe in human-caused climate change or abrupt climate change, that's cool. Science says you're wrong. You might be right, you might be wrong, but it doesn't really matter. The principles of dealing with those sorts of issues are very, very important, with or without climate change. And it is getting harder, right? Anyway, remember in SHTF, if you don't prepare, tomorrow will always be worse than today. So let's get prepping. And this is the way of doing it from your armchair. Toodles.
Prince Charles! Prince Charles! Put the window up! Put the window up! Get off! Tory scum! What did you say, Prince? What did you say? Charles!